So ever since the New York Times Dealbook Summit, where we had Elon Musk really exposing Bob Iger, Disney, and all of the studios and companies / organizations out there that have been dropping their advertising from the X platform, this has really stirred up a lot of drama behind the scenes, not just for Disney, but many other Hollywood studios out there that are now in the process of going up against Elon Musk. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, the one thing about Elon Musk is that we know that there's a lot of people that support him, others that do not support him, but love or hate the guy, you gotta admit what he said about Bob Iger, what he said about Disney was completely on point. And this is what I like about Elon Musk, is that he has no filter to what he says. He absolutely speaks the truth when it comes to the current status of Disney and everything that's going on in the Hollywood bubble. Now, what's really going on right now has a lot to do with woke Hollywood, essentially, and their push going up against Elon Musk, and what kind of developments are coming out of this. Now, the thing about all of the Hollywood studios right now, with CEOs out there like Bob Iger, David Zaslav, just to name a few, this is exactly what speaks volumes about why they are so frightened about Elon Musk and the entire X platform. So let's get into the overall specifics about what they are currently pushing right now and their overall plan to take down Elon Musk / X. Now, we already know that Elon is in the process of using several platforms and podcasts out there to call out Disney, to call out many other Hollywood studios, and that's going to be done in 2024 mainly as a way to kind of go up against them in return. However, with the Bob Iger and Elon Musk tension only growing worse for Disney and their 2024 year, one major development has to do with studios that are pushing their, of course, DEI and ESG agenda into television and cinema that are now in the process of attacking Elon Musk. Now, one shocking turn of events coming out of this is that both Bob Iger of Disney and David Zaslav of Warner Brothers are now officially in the process of convincing other major Hollywood studios to divert from advertising on the X platform. Already, Lionsgate, Paramount, and Sony Pictures have joined this push that was started by both Bob and David. However, one significant update to this ongoing drama is that now these Hollywood studios are already planning to create a public push against Elon Musk in an attempt to convince the public to drop their X accounts. Many of the CEOs of these studios are planning to do this using their websites and their other forms of social media apart from X. To make matters even worse, these Hollywood studios and their CEOs are, of course, actually even attempting to convince other companies and organizations to delete their X accounts as a way to boycott against Elon Musk in order to show a message. Elon is reportedly fully aware about these big-time Hollywood studios creating this push, and even Paramount is the latest to join the list within the Hollywood bubble. Apple CEO Tim Cook has also been in communication and in contact with studios like Disney, Warner Brothers, and among others to send out a massive message by 2024 to everyone about Elon Musk and the platform X. Tim Cook is already involved in a very specific push with promoting these Hollywood studios and how they are abandoning their advertising with Elon Musk and the X site. Now, CEOs of Warner Brothers, Sony, Paramount, Lionsgate, etc. are also all preparing to make a significant and direct statement against Elon. Now, let me just say one thing about this, guys, before I get to the major conclusion about this, is that we can see that these studios are very hypocritical or very contradictory, right? They are making this standoff against Elon Musk, yet their X accounts remain. Their X accounts remain. I mean, a lot of these studios, like Disney, for example, and Warner Brothers, and among others out there, refuse to delete their X accounts. Now, what's interesting about Sony Pictures, and we're going to talk about this in a second, is that they are also all in on this, but they are actually in the process of debating on really kind of shifting away from X completely, not just advertising, but to top things off, to actually get rid of their X account completely. Now, there's a reason behind that. We're going to discuss that in just a second. But we know that Elon at the end of the day, is frightening many of these Hollywood studios. We all know this, they all know this, and it's really beginning to show. The fact that they have Apple CEO Tim Cook really kind of partnering with them in a way to kind of garner enough people to boycott X, it really just makes you wonder what's going to go on in 2024 from January to December. This is going to be a very long stretch. It's going to be a very long drama case for Elon Musk going up against these CEOs of the Hollywood bubble, or as I like to call it, the Hollywood sphere. You have a lot of people also like Tim Cook, who, by the way, is really becoming outlandish lately with Elon Musk. But what's interesting about this further is that some of these studios, including Sony Pictures, are already debating on deleting their X account, since they are blaming the negative comments on their latest film, Madam Web, for mainly getting bad reception from X specifically. This is how they're thinking. David Zaslav and other Hollywood studios are also looking to get many other companies and organizations to drop advertising from X by the beginning of 2024 in a desperate move to water down negative reception from the general public, to be visible, essentially. Elon Musk is already preparing to expose these studios that are making this move that will be discussed on several upcoming podcasts to shed light on the entire situation. So again, we can see that Elon is also really snapping back at them. We talked about how he plans to go on the Joe Rogan podcast, and that's going to be a very big deal in the coming weeks and or in the beginning of 2024. They're still trying to figure out a release on that, and other podcasts as well on platforms. Now, look, we know that Elon is not going to stop. He is going to continue to shed the truth about Disney, about many of these Hollywood studios, and that's exactly why they are so frightened and why they are actually all getting together to make this big push against Elon Musk. And, it's really revealing, because we know that these studios, they support this whole DEI and ESG nonsense that's hypocritical and flawed in nature. It makes absolutely no sense at all. And it's contradictory in nature, as I always like to point out. Bob Iger has only made that very clear. And we know that all of their box office releases, at least for 2023, Disney has really failed one after the other, and it's not looking good already for Deadpool 3. Mind you, there's a lot of creative differences happening right now between Ryan Reynolds and the Disney higher-ups, and we have a lot more to talk about that throughout the remainder of this week, because it's something that I believe is going to be a deal breaker for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. No doubt about it. So overall, we know that Elon Musk is going to continue to say what he has to say to shed the truth about these Hollywood studios, but in return, these studios are getting so desperate to the point where they're turning to something that is going to put them in a worse case. So overall, guys, drop a comment below, fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.